Are you all natural or do you have work done?
I have work done.
What do you have done?
Want to guess? He held the eye contact. I applaud that. I have 2 jobs. I have a fat graft under eye. My booty is done, and that's it.
2 boob jobs.
Yeah.
Can you give the camera a spin for the full profile view?
I got you.
Why invest in body modification at all?
Because it makes me more money. It was like a business decision. I was never insecure about my body, but I knew like a bigger tits and bigger ass would make me more money business-wise.
Do you feel like you're more happier with bigger and a bigger ass than you were before?
I'm more happier with more money, and a bigger tits and bigger ass got me more money, then yes.
But what type of social media work do you do?
Woodworking.
Woodworking?
Yeah.
On social media?
Yeah, I build furniture.
So you're using your appeal in your videos while you're building to bait men into liking him?
I mean, I don't know if it's a baiting, but yeah. Sills. Are you mad at the cheerleaders on the sideline at a football game? No.
But when
Are
men-
you mad at the models like selling cars? No.
But when men are commenting and they're you and objectifying you, does that make you feel good, bad, validated, or what?
I love it.
You love it.
Yeah, because I like being hot. Does it not make you feel good when you're complimented? Like if a girl is like, wow, you're really attractive, does that not make you feel good?
Men and women are different.
That's true. That's true. I think men are naturally a bit more prone. So I would think the compliment would hit you harder than a girl.
It literally sounds like that woman is all business. All business. You don't feel a type of way? As long as I'm getting money? No, not really. Not particularly. As long as I keep on sending in them super chats, I'm going to keep on doing this.
Sometimes as a man, you just not dirty enough. What do I mean? Some women like dirty. They do. They can deny it all they want, but check the Carfax. They date dirty asses. Why do some women like dirty? I'm gonna tell you. Because those men are like projects. Some women like to see a man that ain't and fix them up. Like a damn broken down car. It's like you see a basic ass Honda Civic and then you suit it up. Now you racing that. That's what women think about dirty ass niggas. You as a man, you too clean. You got a job. You not ashy. You shower. You got lotion. You got your own money, your own crib. You ain't dirty enough. You got a good head on your shoulders. You got a bright future. Some women like that got nothing going on. They do. In her mind, she's like, yes, you are the perfect guy. But this needs me because he ashy and dirty. I gotta fix him up. At the end of the day, you ain't dirty enough. You got too much going for you. No cap.
No affection. If you ain't got no money, you ain't getting no affection. Damn. No affection for broke niggas. If you ain't got no money, you ain't getting no affection. Damn. No affection for them with no money. Shawty bad, then you know it hit different. Good, yeah, then you know it hit different.
You have an ID on you?
No.
Let me see your right hand.
That's alright.
Do you want to go to jail for obstruction?
That's what you want to do to me?
If you don't want to identify yourself, then you can go to jail. Either you identify yourself or I break your finger.
Oh, well, if you want to break my finger,
You want extra
that's
charges?
ridiculous.
Yeah, for everybody sending me this video is outraged, you really shouldn't be outraged. This has been happening in America since the day female cops were allowed to be included on the street. Number one, this is Deputy from Pinellas County Sheriff Alexandra Mitchell. I can guarantee you after I put this video up, 2 things are going to happen. I'm going to get citizens and cops who work with her that have either dealt with her on the street or they've worked alongside her going, you have no idea how bad this cow is. And she is, right? But she's empowered. She's empowered for 2 different reasons. Number one, let me explain what Mitchell actually was doing so that you guys get a clear understanding of why female cops are insanely dangerous. Now, I talk about this all the time. I worked with a very well-known female in my first department who was 100 pounds of body and 500 pounds of mouth. And Shannon, we all know what you would do, right? You would jaw-jack people to get them all riled up, and the second they did anything that was even remotely hinky, we all went hands-on, and then you caught the resisting arrest charge. That's exactly what Mitchell is doing in this. She is threatening violence because this man is not assisting in her investigation. This is domestic terrorism. And once he goes, God forbid, this guy was so calm, but if he decided to turn around and go, what, you're going to break my finger? Easily, Mitchell can go hands-on, jack that force up. The men will have to come in. They tune this guy up, and she's gotten a resisting arrest charge. That's all this is. It happens all the time with female cops, and male cops are left to clean up their mess. Threatening force, in my opinion, doesn't bother me as much if they're actively resisting. So if I show up on a scene and a guy's beating the out of somebody and I go, knock it off and I'm going to break your head in, and he stops, great. But threatening force to gain compliance and investigation as well as tacking on charges, yeah, Mitchell's background really needs to be investigated by the state. Guarantee you she's done this in the system like crazy. But we have to look at the bigger picture. Why do female cops get away with this all the time in America? And you should not be shocked by this. Lawsuits. 100% guarantee you've had a male coworker, sick of Mitchell, gone to command staff and gone, she does this on calls, and they've gone, nothing we could do. Because they know all it takes is for this broad to walk in with her union rep or her lawyer and go, harassment lawsuit. And every commander in that chain is named in a federal lawsuit that she's going to win. It's how it goes all the time in America. You wanted this? You wanted a 30 by 30? You wanted to bring in females because they're so much better on the street? You want this. You deserve it. This is nothing new. Females know how to play the game to amp people up, to get more people hurt, and they know how to sue to bankrupt your cities. It's nothing new.
You mad that your man look like you now? Confused, emotional, don't know left to right. He became a reflection of you. You know, this is why men have to stay strong and they cannot fall into a woman. Men, do not identify yourself in her emotions because she's confused. She don't know. Women don't know. We don't know who we are, what we want, what we need. We don't know. Majority of us do not know, truly. You know what I'm saying? We need someone to tell us. We generally just want to be happy, and we don't know what happiness is. Like, we don't know. But men do. Men know that, oh, she needs security, safety, structure. She needs routine, you know? She needs community. Things need to be calm for her, which means I have to get myself together. I need to make sure I could provide and give her a life of comfort. So right now, she's not going to get certain emotional needs met because I got to go out and work. I mean, you guys know. You guys know. Okay, I want men that's watching this to tap into them instincts, man. You know what we need. But what happens is you hear your woman whining and crying, and that she's over here and wants this and that and all this other stuff. But you know what she actually generally needs, so she could feel comforted. But when you fall into a woman's love, like you're falling in love to her love is confusion, is chaotic, it's here, there. Valentine's Day she wants this, Christmas she wants that, birthday she wants this, and then on Tuesday, Wednesday she wants space. You know, on her period she hates you, you're terrible to her. Like, she'll know. So what you need to do is just create a system where there's order. This is routine for her of how things are going to go. Do not keep revolving your life around her emotions. Do not do that, or else you are going to become like the woman. You're going to become confused. Does that make sense? You're going to be confused with your life. You're going to lose yourself. You're going to have identity issues. She withdraws her love from you and then gives it back. And you're identifying yourself in that. Like, you're craving her love. And every time she withdraws it, you want it. You know what I'm saying? Or you match her energy and now you're withdrawing her love from her. Now you become like a woman. You know, manipulative, like a woman. Men aren't manipulative. Like, their natural state, they really just do want peace. And the love they have for a woman is what causes them to become just like her. Did God really tell me about this man? My God.
Is he someone that's your type? Absolutely not. And what's not your type? It's just all wrong. I think God fell asleep at the drawing board or something.
You say God fell asleep at the drawing board?
Yeah.
It's genuinely heartbreaking, man. You know, you dodged a bullet, homie. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what position you're in life, man. If a woman wants to treat you like this, she ain't a woman. She ain't your woman. I can assure you that. She's not a woman that you want to be in your life. This woman will tear you down, man. She ain't happy. She's miserable inside. There's men out here themselves over this stuff, man. No! Get up and grind and find the right one. That's my message, man. I say this every single video, man. I got shirts going. Gym, grind, and God. Why? Because that's what's going to bring us peace. Number one, God. Number two, grind. And finding peace in our lives, right? Because this life's hard, homie. This life is difficult. And if you don't find peace with God in your circle, man, your partner, whatever it is for you, it's going to be difficult. You dodged an absolute missile, man.
I met my husband while he was in the middle of a custody battle. My husband is a good man and a great father. He was there at the birth, at every single religious sacrament, at every single sports game and school event. But despite that, despite living 1 mile away from his son, He was only able to see him 4 days a month. I used to say that all he wanted was more time with his son, but that's not true. My husband only ever asked for 50-50, so what he was asking for wasn't more time, it was fair time. It was the time his son always deserved to spend with him. A lot of time has passed since then, thousands of dollars for both of us, years, anxiety for both of us, and we finally got that 50-50. Life's a lot better now, but I can't help but wonder why he had to fight to begin with. Why is it that anybody thinks that every other weekend is okay when it's only 20% of the year? If a kid is only seeing their dad every other weekend, it means that by the time they're 10 years old, they've lost 8 years with their dad. I genuinely believe that 50-50 custody should just be the starting point for most families. I think it's sad that we value a father's checkbook more than we value his presence. I think it's sad that my stepson lost so much time with his father for no reason. And it's the reason that I'm never going to stop advocating for family court reform. These kids need their dads, and I'm going to make sure they get them.
You know, props to Lauren for, you know, continuing to fight with her husband. This is Dadvocate on IG. Go check her out. Make sure you give her a follow on Instagram. I think she's on TikTok as well. I think she might even be on YouTube as well, to be honest. So go check that out. I don't even know why you would have had to go through years of this, but a lot of women today do this to keep control over the situation. It's not necessarily control over that man. They carry a lot of resentment, a lot of anger, and they hold a grudge throughout their life. And because really honestly and truly, they were doing this in a relationship. If we're completely honest, they were already doing this before the divorce, which is probably why the divorce happened, or the separation or the split happened, because they were a terrible person. And then throughout the divorce and kids, it just got amplified. They just needed to take control of the situation, keep control over the situation, and really honestly and truly, they had the courts on their side. But through having a good woman and a perseverant man to continue fighting, unfortunately, the man set out to achieve or accomplished at least partial, a bit of his goal. Maybe he wants a little bit more time, he wants other things, but having your child in your life a lot more, and this is something that you actually want, is a huge deal.
And women are actually better. In my opinion, I feel like men are only good for making babies, and that's it.
How idiotic is it to say that women are better when you check the last 1,000 years of human history? Every major invention has been by men. The light that's lighting this room, who created electricity? Was it a woman, or was it like somebody like Benjamin Franklin? Everything that you appreciate today, if we're talking about cars and the production of cars, the reason you can have a car, mass production, Henry Ford, these are all male names. So you're gonna go off the rails and say women are better than men, where if we didn't have men, we'd be sitting around in a goddamn hut throwing dookie on each other. You guys have not created any major inventions.
If we're talking science, there's different multiverses. What if there's a multiverse where women made everything, where women did everything? And, I'm just saying. But
you went to a whole nother dimension to beat me in an argument.
Yo, shout out to Caesar, man.
And because I got 100K followers, I'm gonna be sucking my husband's 100 times today. Guess what, y'all? Me and this can opener, we got 100K followers. We got 100K followers! I started this platform about 6 months ago. My main focus was to bring relationships closer together and to help women get picked and not skipped. Because a lot of you be skip me's. Y'all be talking about this pick me's. Y'all not pick me's. Y'all are skip me's. So this 100K followers lets me know that it's 100,000 that ain't delusional. It's 100,000 that's with my campaign, and I appreciate y'all so much. Now, to show my appreciation to these 100K followers, I want to send one of y'all $100 today. Whoever remixes one of my videos the best, I'm cash apping you $100. So go to my page, pick whatever video you want to remix, make sure you tag me in it, and also hashtag Professor Pick Me. And I will be announcing the winner at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And because I got 100K followers, I'm gonna be sucking my husband's 100 times today.
You open up to a woman, at least as a man, there's like a 98% chance that she's probably gonna ghost you or move on to a different man, okay? This tends to perplex a lot of people, and they often ask the question of why, and some people are just so jaded they stop asking why. They just decide that women are just like this and they live with it. But women often see men as ideas, not really who they are as an individual. So essentially, if you open up to a woman, you're becoming a real person. You can no longer fit in the confines of the idea, the box that she has placed you in.
Men are lonely right now because women no longer need them for survival, but rather they have to be desired and wanted.
Who exactly thinks that all of these men are as lonely as some women seem to need them to be? Because quite frankly, it's becoming a little suspicious that for the most part, the only ones that we hear about talking about this quote-unquote male loneliness epidemic happens to be mainly women. That is a bit fishy. Because from what I have been hearing and seeing, most men, in fact, are not lonely. They might be alone, but that doesn't necessarily make a person lonely. They are, in fact, for the most part, choosing to remain single to avoid the drama and possible toxicity that come with some relationships. And who can blame them after all? But it really seems that some women are really pushing this male loneliness epidemic as almost as if to try to make it true. But just a reminder, repeating something over and over again, doesn't make it one bit more true.
A woman should not be rejected because of her weight. Why is that?
Because, like, what does weight have to do with
Into
it?
the
Like,
mic, into the mic.
what does weight have to do with it? Like, you're telling me that if I was bigger, you wouldn't want me, but because I'm skinny, you want me.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Would you hold on. Okay, so Taryn, in your questionnaire, how tall are you and what's the minimum height of a man you would date? You said you're 5'4". The minimum height you would date for a man is 5'9". How is this any different than the weight thing? You're telling me because a guy's 5'7", you wouldn't date him? Or 5'5", or 5'3"? Well, you can't change your height, but you can definitely change your weight.
But what is it with the fat girls? And, like, there's always that suppression of it, and it's always, like...
What's wrong with not... Women cannot... Hold on. Women cannot want to date a fat guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Never say yes, sir. Yes.
Are we done now? Are we done pretending that this is fitness content? It was 11 seconds long, and she did a pull-up. Definitely made sure to jump up and down above the camera so you could see her entire ass shake, though. Like, genuinely, what are we doing here? Because this is just disguised as fitness content, right? We should know that by now. But why is it allowed on the app? Why can they do this on this app, have literal on this app, but I can't talk about testosterone? Make it make sense.
And what's funny about this video is I found myself shaking my head subconsciously. And when I realized, looking at him on the screen, he was doing the same thing. We were both shaking our heads. There's a connection there. And this is what most men are doing as a collective. Like, why do we have to go through this? Why is this not something that your man would see, your husband? Why is this not a private thing, right? Well, you like it. It looks good, doesn't it? Even if we were to go down that, let's go down that road for a second. Let's say it looks fantastic. You're smoking. You're hot. Do you think that the world needs to see this? Do you think that anybody and everybody needs to see this. Why is nothing sacred? Why is nothing sacred anymore?
Let's say like you're dating a guy, you meet as homeboys, and you realize like he ain't the leader of the pack.
I can't.
I can't. I don't care about what they look like, but I want my man to be the head honcho.
No, he has to be the leader of the pack.
I did not think this was real. And this is the cringiest thing I've seen in 2025 because it is real, because I've never really heard that term since like middle school or high school. I haven't heard anyone say it in like the last 10, 15 years. I'm in my 30s. These girls are like maybe late 30s, early 40s. They look good for their age, but hearing this in a real conversation, like this is what they actually think, is mind-blowing to me. It shows you how cooked the dating market is in certain segments. Like this is what women are actually thinking, mind-blowing to me. There are no leaders of the pack or alphas in male friend groups. They're just friends. And the fact that this was a real podcast conversation blows my mind.
Y'all, someone brought up a really good point under my video talking about these women claim that they're so independent that they don't need a man. Yeah, you do. I don't care how independent you say that you are. Chances are you are probably still depending on a man in some regard. And I'm saying this because back whenever my husband and I got a divorce and we did our own child support agreement, I didn't know about, this was like years ago, so I didn't know about the $1 billion industry of the child support thing. Now it's obviously different. But I had actually lowered the child support when it went through the courts than what the judge was saying. And back then, I'm independent, I'm a single mom, blah, blah, blah. No, you are a single parent if you are getting zero help and zero assistance. And I'm including myself in that. These women who cry and claim that they don't need a man, that they're independent, I'm a boss babe. Chances are you're probably getting child support. You may have your ex paying for health insurance. You may have your ex paying for the child's sports or tuition, what have you. So remember, I'm including myself in this because even though my ex-husband and I at the time lived in different states and I was getting child support, even though it was lowered from what the judge had said, he would still help pay for our son's activities. Like if there were like sports or anything, he would pay for half of it. And he carried our son on his health insurance because he's active duty in the military. So it just made sense. So even though I was working full time and busting my butt and providing and doing all the things that these independent women do, I was not completely independent. So that is the point that I'm trying to paint here. You women are not independent. And furthermore, I see through the boss babe facade because that was me. Y'all want to be loved. Y'all want to be protected. Y'all want to be taken care of. Y'all actually want to be submissive. You just let culture lie to you.
And once again, I do appreciate her saying this. I appreciate her also shouting me out on her story. I use your content not to, try to shame, but it's a great lesson for somebody who has gone through divorce, somebody who's trying to navigate a relationship with Christ, somebody who has a son that she's trying to teach, hey, mama don't always do the right thing. Daddy's still around. Like you're trying to have both parents in your life to make you well-rounded, even if he and I don't agree. That's very hard for a lot of people to do, right? I think a lot of times, once again, there's a lot of women that get resentful because, like you're talking about, I'm hustling, I'm busting my behind. And yeah, you carry him on your insurance. Yeah, you pay for a little bit here and there, but you're not staying up with him at night. You don't have to do the sick days. You don't have to do this, and this. So basically, I'm independent because, basically, for all intents and purposes, essentially, I'm independent because I feel like I'm doing 95% of the work, the important work. I mean, you just put them on your health insurance, which, thanks for that. But once again, that saves me $100. And let's say I lowered your child insurance, so maybe you send me $100 a month. So that's in savings in total $200. If I really wanted to, I don't. But if I really wanted to, I could go bust my behind even more and get that $200. And then I really, really wouldn't need you, and I can call myself independent. And you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You don't even need to say that you're strong and independent, to be honest. You can just get that little $200, going about your day, spending on a kid, and that's more help for you. But a lot of times, there's some modern women out here, not specifically Haley, but there's modern women out here that they holler and they scream, I'm independent, just because of pride and ego, and really maybe sometimes just out of frustration. But it don't need to be that way. Just take the help. You don't need to tell everybody you're strong and independent. Just take the help that you're getting. Whatever you can get from the man, get it, spend it on a child, allocate it as needed, and move on about your day. That's literally it. Once again, thank you to Haley for the video. Go follow her at The Real Haley Rochelle on Instagram and IG. Well, IG and Instagram, same thing. But TikTok, The Real Haley Rochelle. Shouldn't be that hard to find.
Okay.
No, she's someone that's your type?
Yeah. She's my type. Definitely, I like her skin tone. You know, I like dark skinned women. She's beautiful. You know what I mean? And I like the fact that you got braids. Like you embracing your yeah.
Oh, I'm shocked then. I didn't think you were attracted.
Why are you shocked?
I don't know. I didn't think I was this type.
I should think that, but
Yeah, nah, you're very beautiful. I like your skin tone again, and you know, you got gorgeous almond eyes, and you know, yeah.
Okay.
So are you still leaving your balloon unpopular? Is he someone that is your type?
He's attractive. I just didn't think I was his type.
Why are you eliminating yourself? You want the balloon back?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get that balloon back. Hey, well then, is it a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
Yes.
Look at this lady. You discover your wife has been putting bleach in your coffee, watching you slowly die every morning. Do you know what's insane? This video gave me an eerie feeling, like it made me kind of sick to my stomach, because I've never had hatred for a partner to where I planned like, let me get all these traps in the house, let me put bleach and all that in his coffee. I don't do that. I've been upset and mad, but not like that. I think this is serial vibes. In the comment section, there's women, well, he shouldn't have cheated. He didn't even cheat. Where do you guys get these narratives from? You guys are so slow. Google is free. Let's look at the Google article of this psychotic woman. I'll make myself small so you could see it. A woman in Arizona, Melanie Feliciano Johnson, was sentenced to 3 years of probation in May 2024 for poisoning her Air Force husband. Wow. Air Force. His coffee with bleach. She avoided jail time as a part of the plea deal. Of course, the incident gained national attention after her husband, Robbie Johnson, set up hidden cameras to catch her in the act. You know what's crazy and scary about this? If obviously she signed a plea deal so she didn't have to do jail time or whatever, I already know for a fact when they pat somebody on the back for doing it like this, I feel like it makes or somebody who's sadistic and evil go, you know what? I'm able to do more. And it probably makes them do more later in the future to their, later partners. If this woman in the future, Melody or whatever, ends up unaliving a husband she gets with or her kids or whatever, I don't want to hear about this case. Why? Because you could have locked this up the first time she did something. If I was a judge or the president of the world, you would hate me. The first act of trying to commit a crime to your partner or anybody in this world, we would literally have to do an open in the field or something, taking you out. Whether it's everybody throwing rocks at you or unaliving you or whatever. I don't care, y'all. We're going to take it back to olden days. The reason why I say that is because when you reward people with behavior like this, they keep doing it. I've seen so many pedos and weirdos, they get let off easy and they go back and reoffend. Why aren't these things taken seriously? Do you know what could happen to your intestines by having bleach? Digesting bleach. You could read the rest, y'all. I don't want to have to read the rest, but watching this made me so sick to my stomach because you can sit there and do this to your own husband. And I guarantee you, he's in the military. You're probably living off his insurance, living off of his money. You probably bought the bleach with his money. I don't know what could have went wrong to have done this type of stuff, but dude, that is crazy. Do you know how toxic bleach is to digest every day? And it's sad that he probably tasted something in the coffee. That's how it started. You could read it here. He put little strips in the coffee to test it. So he knew something was in there because it tasted funny. These women are sick, bro. Nurturing and carrying my ass.
I mean, I guess I don't understand how she was sentenced to 3 years of probation. I guess that's the thing that confuses me. Like, she was caught in 4K doing it. How did she get probation? How did she get 0 jail time? That's what I think is the most confusing to me. I mean, open and shut.
Kiss my ass. This is you know what? Okay. That's contempt. That's 93. Keep going. That's another 3. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's 6 93s consecutive. How you doing, Your Honor? How you doing, sir?
Okay, so what you don't realize is that in a courtroom, contempt of court exists, and that's any disruption or disrespect to a court of law. Now, some judges will be a little lenient and give you a couple of chances, and for all we know, this has been disrespectful the entire time, and this is the end of the show where he's like, all right, enough is enough. But point is, this judge didn't do anything wrong. Now, there are corrupt judges that do give you extra time for no reason, but this is definitely not one of them. If you've seen any of this guy's content, he's one of the good judges, and everybody's pissy because a brain-dead rat didn't know how to act like an adult in his courtroom, and then everybody wants to cry because the dude gave himself an extra year just because he wanted to be it and couldn't keep his emotions in check.
It's very degrading for black women. Like, now looking back on it, like, why are we on national TV, like, beating each other up?
Oh my God. Now she was waking up. Oh my God. I recently found out that not only do y'all watch this, y'all pay for Zeus Network as a separate app on your phone. Y'all pay for Zeus. Zeus Network is premium cable. Zeus Network is Stars, HBO, Showtime. Y'all pay for this shit.
I don't think anything a girl wears to like show her confidence should be threatening in a sense. Like, I should be able to wear what I want to wear in front of your mom too. You need to leave. And I just feel like when I realized that you popped for her cleavage, you're like, honestly, I like to look good, so I'm gonna have cleavage legs. I feel like your face was a little crazy when I said that. I just a lit girl. Like, honestly, I can't even hold you. I don't know how I'm gonna come home on some nights. And you know what?
This is not a show for you to come and joke around.
No. I'm just speaking right now, my bad.
I need you guys to be serious because it seems like you lot are coming here for a good time.
No, I didn't.
And it seems like you lot are not looking for love.
Stop thinking that man got 3 or 4s lined up somewhere. And you think he just pursuing you to be another 3 or 4. He might not. He might not. Just keep that thought. He might not. He might actually like you. He might actually want to be with you. Not every man got a list of 3 or 4s just because they look and smell good. Some of them are very reserved. Some of them, let's think about it. I know I'm gonna get a lot of messages. No, save it. Save it. Yes, we know the possibilities, but in some of these cases, these men be smelling and looking good for the right one, not everyone. But I'm just saying, if he pursuing you and he look good, he might not. Just think of the fact, he might not have a line of 3 or 4s. You might be the only 3 or 4 he looking for. I'm just playing. But you might be the only one that he actually wants. So don't pass him up. That's it.
I won't lie to you, this man chose violence.
Excuse me, guys, I have to confess something.
What?
I fell in love with your friend right here.
Hey, good luck. Better luck next
Good
time.
luck. What's your name?
Lying, buddy.
You're lying? Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
I can see why. Excuse me, guys. I had to confess something. I think you're gorgeous. What's your name?
I don't think she wants to talk to you.
Who are you?
You're interrupting us.
Next time I'll just come with a donut. Excuse me, I had to confess something. I think you're gorgeous.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, she is. I've had a boyfriend for like 5 years.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was talking to her, not you. I know you have a boyfriend.
No, I'm letting you know she has a boyfriend.
Oh, but she can talk for herself.
I'm reiterating what she just said.
All right, relax. You don't get that. You don't get to talk, okay? You're too.
I absolutely do.
You already look big enough. Don't talk big too.
Yo, it's always the fridge protecting the snacks. On top of that, it's always the chicks that fit the criteria of having to take one for the team that are always the loudest, and that always confused me. And again, I'm not always too big on people that go out there to start trouble, but you know, when it comes to content purposes, these people just know what they're doing. They go, you know, downtown or to the crowds of girls that are together, and it's always like you want to talk to one, and the ones that aren't the ones being spoken to are the ones that get offended that they're not getting spoken to, so they speak up for the person that you're trying to talk to. It's all too common. And then, like I said, it's always the fridge protecting the snacks, always the big girl that's gonna be like, yo, she don't want to talk to you, she don't want to this. But if you spoke to the big girl first, I'm sure she'll let you get close to the snacks.
And I know he's doing this as a joke, but really, and I'm not against you standing up for your friend. I know as women, you want to be there to protect your friend and to say the things that your friend doesn't feel comfortable saying, yada, yada, yada. For one, your friend needs to learn confidence. Y'all talk about men needing to have confidence all the time, 100% just have it. Well, you have the confidence when a man says, hey, how you doing? I think you're beautiful. You have the confidence to speak for yourself instead of somebody else piping up and talking for you. Be quiet, settle down. If she's not talking for a little while, then you step in and say, well, she's a really nice person, but I think, honestly, she has a boyfriend. She has a boyfriend. So, I don't know why she's not saying it. Ashley, are you telling me you have a boyfriend, right? Oh yeah, I have a boyfriend. I don't really like to hurt people's feelings, but yeah, I do have a boyfriend. Oh, okay, cool. Have a great night. In that scenario. But too many times in these types of clips, we see women just jumping into a conversation that they're not even a part of from the beginning. Relax.
I know you're too afraid to say this out loud, but I'm not. I no longer want to be a strong, independent woman who does it all alone. Because, baby, that has only left me exhausted, overwhelmed, and ready to give up. Instead, I have decided that I want a softer, more intentional life. I want a life where I can focus on the things that bring me joy. I want to romanticize my life. I have decided to create the life where I have more freedom of time, more passive income. I have decided that it is soft life or die, because I know some of us believe that there is honor in struggling to do it all alone when you don't have to, but I have decided there is no extra credit for that. And even if it is, I don't want it. I want a life that brings me joy, that brings me peace, that allows me to rest. I want a life that is soft. So I'm going to take you guys with me. The year 2026 is the year that I create the soft life, or I may no longer be here. And I know a lot of you guys share that thought because you are right there at the brink. And I hope that this series encourages you to create the soft life that you deserve and that you desire.
Y'all girls go from a broke to a rich and say, look how I upgraded. You went from a wife to being somebody's. You did not upgrade. You just switch your role to play a less position on a better team. That's really it. Like, you could have played on the Charlotte Hornets and been a Hall of Famer, and been set for life on the Max's contracts. But instead, you wanted to play on the Denver Nuggets, but not get in the game at all. It's your career. That's all I'm saying. But I need y'all to stop thinking y'all upgraded because y'all got more money or like that. Did you get who likes you more? Did you get who loves you more? Did you get that? If not, you didn't upgrade, gang. You just got a different person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had a girl get with me and be like, oh, I upgraded. My last was 5'8". I got a 6'1" nigga who play football. Shorty, I think you're a hoe. I don't even really like you. You just cute. He actually loved you. He wanted to spend time with you, take you on dates. I don't plan on being seen in public with you. You did not upgrade. You got in a worse position.
Babe, as soon as we got married, you became my piece.
I became your piece?
Yeah. A piece of my problems. And I just wanted to let you know because on the problems I have, you're probably my most big.
And if black women didn't exist, where would gay men get their personality?
Now, what did you do to your ex-husband that led to that relationship ending?
I probably withdrew love from him. But he hurts me.
And you hurt him.
Yeah, I guess I do. He doesn't seem like he cares, though. It doesn't even seem like it affects him.
Of course he doesn't. Same strategy you use. He's just better at it. Because he's a man. He has no one to talk to about it, so he won't.
He doesn't talk about anything.
He's a man.
I'm being so serious. The next man that enters my life, he is required to take me out on 3 dates before he gets a sleepover and before he gets my clothes off. Okay, I'm being so for real right now because here's the thing. As soon as you spend the night with a man, not even doing anything, they stop asking you out on dates. Then, once you sleep with them, they don't want anything to do with you anymore, which, like, whatever. I'm tired of men me and objectifying me. Yeah, I've made it very easy for them to do that in the past, but, like, I'm done. I'm seriously done. Like, hookup culture is fun for, like, 5 minutes. I miss connection. I miss having feelings. I miss being yearned for. I miss yearning. I can't just keep getting obsessed with a man for a week or two and then moving on to the next one. It's too exhausting, and it's honestly, like, mentally draining. So seriously, the next guy that enters my life, he has to take me on 3 dates. Not sleepovers, not hangouts at his apartment. He has to take me to in-person public activity dates, whether it's dinner, whether it's going on a walk, something. I am tired of a man being like, let's go on 1 date, and then you can come over, and you can just come over every time you want to hang out. No. What happened to romance? I want romance! Anyways, celibacy era is going great so far. So good.
Okay, first and foremost, I'm just going to say this. She can do whatever she wants. It's her life. It's her choice. Her reality. And I applaud her for actually changing her approach when it comes to dating. Because most people, when they're not getting results in their dating life, they keep doing the same things over and over again. So good for her for changing her approach. Now, here's the problem, okay? The men that are coming into your life now are kind of getting the lower end of the stick. They're getting the worst bargain out there. Because every other man in the past had access to you. They were able to hit it, Netflix, whatever it is, like you said. So it's kind of a slap in the face of them. Here's where this will work. I'm happy you're being more intentional about dating. I'm happy that you're taking it seriously. But if these men know about your reputation, if these men know about how you used to go about things in the past, or they see this video, which kind of went viral on the internet, I don't think they'll be very happy about that. I don't think they'll really want to date you. This works really well if you're going to move to a new city. I know a lot of girls that move to a new city and they completely reinvent themselves, and some guy ends up dating them and it's a great guy and he feels like the luckiest guy on the earth because she'll probably say, oh, my hometown, I didn't really talk to anybody. I moved out here and met you, so on and so forth. But this is a thing that really irks a lot of men. Men care a lot about your past. Men care a lot about your body count. Men care, okay? They care about what they're signing up for because they don't want another man in their home. And as a woman, you are their home. So this will work as long as a man does not know about it. So hopefully that makes sense. Comment down below what you think.
I keep telling you, man, it's all about the woman you choose.
Now I'm like, oh, but I'll tell you the moment that got me, and I'll try not to cry as I say it. I already started eyes went up a little bit. I remember talking to you about bankruptcy, and I said, I'm talking about the options, and you're obviously pissed because, I'm remaining optimistic about how everything could work out. We're taking out money from lines of credit. We're maxing out credit cards. We are literally paying employees as we go into debt. Every payroll run, we're going into debt. The way I remember the conversation ending, at least, because, I got what I needed out of the conversation, and it's not what I was hoping for, really. My goal was just to say, hey, I f***ed up. And you said, Brian, we can move into a 1-bedroom studio with the kids. We're good. We're going to figure this out. And wow, man, you want to talk about motivation. When, I basically just told you that I got really bad and lost so much, lost basically all our money, literally, into a business you didn't even want to be part of. And you said, hey, we're good. We're going to be all right. You know what that did for me? It's time to get the up and figure this out. Because she still believes in you somehow. So now it's time for you to go figure this out. But, oh man, you want to talk about strength. That was a real kick in the butt for me of, this isn't about you, Brian. You might be fine, but you got people counting on you, and you gotta go figure this out, which
Looks like we have. I really felt this video because this is all pretty much a man is asking for. Somebody who is really there for him. I just did a video talking about how these athletes, they go out and marry these women, and as soon as they lose their money, the women are gone. Well, there are women out here like this who are there with you because they love you, because they want to be with you, because they believe in you. And this man was going through it. He was going through it to the point that he was ready to give up. He was ready to just throw in the towel. But his woman, his wife, looked at him and said, I believe in you. No matter what happens, I'm rocking with you. And do you know what happened? She put a battery in his back to go out there and make it happen. That little bit of belief, that little bit of encouragement, that little bit of loyalty is what pushed that man to go out there and do what he had to do. Now, I'm sure that was in him. Whatever he did to get out of that slump and become successful again, I'm sure that was in him. But that to me is the value of having a good wife or a good woman in your life. When no one else is around, when no one else believes in you, she's supposed to be the one who believes in you. But a lot of these women nowadays don't get that. This is why I always talk about finding the right type of woman. You can't just go out here picking women based on their looks. You have to dig deeper, because I know myself and a lot of other men out there, these are the type of women that you want to give your all to. All these women out here want providers and protectors, but they don't want to deal with this. They just want the good side. But I always say, if I had a woman in my life who was there with me through some of the rough times, I would provide, protect, and do whatever I could to make sure that woman was right. And I don't believe I'm alone when I say that. There are a lot of other men out there who feel like that, because those women are gems to us. But I love this video, and I just want to share it with you guys, because I just want to show you guys that there is hope out there. If you're a man out there and you still want a woman in your life, you have to be very careful on how you choose her. You got to leave some of the other stuff alone. It is not only about the looks, it is about so much more. This is why you hear men out there saying, don't worry about those 8, 9s, and 10s. You need to focus on those 5, 6, and 7s. But it made me feel good knowing that these women out there still exist. And I just want to stress this, because there are so many women out there who believe if your woman is pretty, that's going to encourage her man to work harder. If she has a nice body, that's going to encourage her man to work harder. But the fact of the matter is, loyalty is the biggest battery you can put in a man's back for him to want to go ham for you. Y'all can believe it or not, ladies, but that is the truth. But anyway, leave your thoughts on the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.
Man, it's a really, really beautiful and inspiring story. And they talk about men and not being emotionally vulnerable is the thing that I would like to highlight. He was sitting there crying and his wife was crying with him. They're recounting the struggle. They're recounting the difficulty. Did she want to be there? No, she didn't want to be there. Did he want to be there? Absolutely not. But what she allowed him to do was figure out how to get off his butt and get back on his feet and drag his family with him. Hey, and while you're doing that, I'm going to be with you every step of the way. I'm going to help you figure it out. I'm going to help you get back on your feet, because it behooves it behooves me. It behooves the kids. It helps all of us. I said that I was going to be your support system and you was going to be mine. We made a pact. We took a vow, and I'm going to hold up to that. I'm going to keep my word. And honestly and truly, that's extremely rare with a lot of modern women these days.